Hello everyone, Andy Schwab here with your Farm and Ranch News. Last week, Colter Brown and I had the opportunity to take in the Wyoming Stock Growers Association annual Cattle Industry Convention and Trade Show in Douglas. There were a lot of people who made the trip to discuss policy and concerns they may have with the cattle industry. For Wyoming rancher and National Cattlemen's Beef Association President Mark Isley, he's had a lot of focus on the progression of the Farm Bill, among other things. He told us in its current form, this Farm Bill is one of the most exceptional farm bills he has seen in many years, and he says that they're working through that committee while additional work still needs to be done.
We got all the things we really wanted. Price security, we want some disaster relief, along with voluntary conservation. Make sure that we're included in those programs, as well as the National Animal Vaccine and Countermeasures Bank. All those things and more were really important. We're still trying to keep the second part of the livestock title and Packers and Stockyards Act out. That's not beneficial to us.
Now, that Farm Bill passed out of the House Ag Committee 2 weeks ago, but is still looking for word on the full House debate along with the Senate. Speaking of conventions, the Montana Farm Bureau Summer Conference kicked off yesterday in Miles City with board meetings and leadership seminars. They're going to continue on today with the opening general session at 8 a.m. and hold other workshops and committee meetings before concluding the day with the MFBF Foundation Let's Get Western fundraising dinner and auction. It should be a great time, and I look forward to seeing everyone there. Well, we need to take a break, but come back with me, that is, after a little bit, and we'll talk about the other ag markets.
I represent a lot of what ranchers' wives are, where they marry into the family. Coming into established ranch, the expectations of that is just absolutely overwhelming. You know, there's always stress with all families, but when you're not dealing with the stress outwardly, it will definitely impact everyone inwardly. You may feel alone, but you're not alone.
Welcome back, friends. Your Ag News in your markets. I'm Andy Schwab. The Wyoming Livestock Board and the Wyoming Department of Agriculture received confirmation on Friday from the USDA of detection of the highly pathogenic avian influenza in dairy cattle herd in Wyoming. Haley Hassel, Wyoming State Veterinarian, said the primary concern with the diagnosis is on dairy production losses, as the disease has been associated with decreased milk production. The risk to cattle is minimal, and the risk to human health remains very low as well. The Wyoming Livestock Board encourages all dairy producers to closely monitor their herd and contact their herd veterinarian immediately if their cattle do appear symptomatic. This is also the first case of H5N1 reported in the Cowboy State. And after a rough patch last week, cattle futures pushed their contracts well into the positive territory, that is, yesterday, to start the week with some strength. If this continues, cash cattle prices could see a turn as box beef prices also increase a little bit on their opening bids. Of course, all eyes on the first video auction of the market this year for Superior Livestock as they hosted their Corn Belt Classic. Today's test will be in more depth compared to yesterday. However, there were enough lots yesterday to find some trends, as the heavy 9-weight steers have no problem to gather their prices of that about $2,300 per head price. Now, lean hogs have reached contract lows after a 2-month rally peaked them out at $1.10 a hundredweight, and since then, topping in late April, well, the prices have retracted nearly $20 per hundredweight. And unfortunately, the wheat complex is singing the same blues, as the past 2 weeks have resulted in an 88-cent loss for the KC winter wheat contracts. Hopefully, tomorrow's latest World Ag Supply and Demand Estimates report will offer some optimism for traders as they're looking to turn around this bearish train. Well, that's all for Ag News and Markets. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a great rest of your day.